it's your boy Fat Rob, and I'm here to let you know you tuned in to the Ridin Durty radio show with Uncle Vic XL and your girl Boss Lady Bird. Now let's get it jumping. Yeah.
Yo. Hold on, that didn't come out right. Yo. It is the Ridin Durty radio show. Yours truly, Big XL.
And I'm Boss Lady Bird.
I need to write how many yo's down. Yo. Okay. How you doing, Bird? How you doing today, Bird?
I'm good, honey. How about yourself?
Man, sitting here contemplating cutting this thing off of my head that I was trying to be like my role model Gene and grow dreads.
Say Project Dreads, maybe OV.
Hey man, I'm walking around here looking like Harriet Tubman. Hey man, I don't know what this is. Okay, so look, crazy story. You know, I talk about I left my drinking soul in Mexico.
Yeah.
So before I went to Mexico, my hair was doing right. It was fine, right? Mm-hmm. So when I went to Mexico, I got a haircut, and my hair has not been the same. So I don't know what the hell happened in Mexico, but I left my hair and my soul in Mexico City.
I would imagine it's long enough to lock up by now, ain't it?
Yeah, but man, I don't even be wanting to show this to nobody, man. Thank God I have a bunch of hats. I'm like the hat king. Dumb genius. I challenge you to a hat contest. Let me get my trophy back. Yeah, I'm the master of hats, and right now, this I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. The wife wants it gone. The wife act like it's a roommate that's not paying rent. She want it gone. She like bring back Bald Vic. Bring back Bald Vic. I don't know what that is. It's like a pillow attached to your head. So, you think I can get Dumb Genius to accept my hat challenge?
I think he will accept any challenge you throw at him, Vic.
See how competitive men are.
Oh, absolutely, they is.
So, okay, Bird. Let's get that. Oh, let me tell you what, Bird. I'm always coming up with these weird things to collect. I guess I'm low key as I'm getting older. I'm a hoarder. So I collect these Funkos. I got so many Funkos. So guess what I've started collecting now?
What?
Gnomes.
I went through a gnome phase.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I went through a gnome. Gnomes are cool. Now, are you just putting them on the shelf, or are you putting them out in the yard?
No, just on the shelf. I don't put stuff like that in my yard. But I do. I have like I got 4 gnomes right now. I'm digging these gnomes. And I'm like, where did they come from? And what's the difference from a gnome and an elf?
You know what? I don't really know. We should Google that. But you remember the cartoon David the Gnome? There used to be a cartoon on Nickelodeon called David the Gnome.
Yeah, I've got a little fixation with gnomes right now. I'm collecting gnomes. So I'm always collecting something, man. Always collecting something. All right, bro, let's talk about the news, man. That's what's going on in the world.
Let's do it.
All right, so one of my favorite artists of all time took to Twitter, aka X, recently and talked about his opportunity, his missed opportunity.
Now let me go on and peep you some game right here.
Okay.
This ain't the first time T.Pain's talked about this. This ain't the first time that he played a clip on the single that was supposed to come out, in which we're going to talk about. I heard about this damn near 2 years ago on the 85 South show.
Okay. So
I don't know what has put a spark in him to bring it out more publicly now. But when I seen this topic, I was like, oh, I know all about that. Like I heard him speak about it on when he was on the 85 South show. So
I know why.
Why?
2 reasons. Number one, clout, right?
Right.
But you still, even with clout, it has to be timing. Clout means nothing if the timing isn't right, right?
Right.
So in this piece, he's talking about his missed opportunity to record with who?
Michael Jackson.
And who else?
Usher. Which I think him and Usher both laid down on the track. It was just Michael's part that didn't get laid down once the guy, what do they call, like the vocalist that'll record the song just so you can sound, or so the recording artist that's supposed to be on it is they can hear what they sound like. There's a word, a reference vocal.
Yep,
yes, a reference vocal. But yeah, the guy that did the reference vocal, once he did it, and T.Pain and Usher had their part in it, the guy released it before Michael did his part, and then once Michael heard it out and that it had been released, he didn't want to do it no more.
Well, number one, that reference vocalist, I hope they fired him.
Oh, he went out of there. He went out of there. I say he didn't work for nobody again after that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he need to be working at Dairy Queen scooping ice cream right now because he messed up a big bag. But you know why I think T-Pain's probably talking about it?
Why is that?
Because in about 3 weeks, it will be the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And Usher's performing at the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Cause you know, I think it was Usher that told T-Pain he ruined R&B music with the shit he puts on his voice. I always call it T-Pain effect. Auto-tune, yeah. He talked about that on the 85 South show as well. And so you're right. It probably is cause I mean, I've been seeing a lot from T-Pain, you know, lately. He's actually even been going live on YouTube a little bit, where normally he just does Twitch. But and then he, like I said, he released the album over Under the Covers, which he did a lot of cover songs from Sam Cooke. He redid an Ozzy Osbourne song, well, Black Sabbath song, a few other songs that he redid, and he just did like a little concert, what they call that, tiny concert or whatever. Yeah, tiny, yeah. And so I guess you're right. It's all in the time. And so, and now that you mentioned that Usher was doing the Super Bowl show, yeah, it's all in the time and why he bringing this really out into the public now.
Yeah, because you know Michael Jackson ain't making the news. But can you imagine though having an opportunity to be on a song with Usher and Michael Jackson?
Mm-hmm. He that you wrote and everything yourself, and then some no-name chump, just a reference vocalist, fuck it all up, boy. Yeah.
I also thought it was dope that Ozzy Osbourne reached out to T-Pain. Though I thought it was really cool. I love when the genres cross, you know, and other genres say, "Hey man, that was dope." I thought Ozzy recognizing how good of a job T-Pain did on that record was.
You
really
know, I actually reviewed the record when it first come out, and the recorded studio version, I didn't like it. It was slow. I didn't like it at all. But now this live version, now that he's dead, phenomenal. It's phenomenal. But the studio recorded version that's on the app, I didn't care for it. But the live version, absolutely. Cause he redid Tennessee Whiskey as well, Chris Stapleton song. I was like, boy, I bet this is gonna be badass. And there's no auto tunes on it. But yeah, the album studio version, I did not care. Like, I was highly disappointed in what I heard. He did a Journey song, but the live versions I've heard, they're phenomenal.
Well, I think T-Pain is one of the most underrated artists because of
absolutely. I love me some T-Pain. I love me some T-Pain.
Do you have you ever watched The Masked Singer?
Yeah.
You know, T-Pain was the very first winner.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I
And
seen that episode when I was locked up once, but yeah.
and T-Pain didn't use any auto tune at all, and
Yeah,
deserved to win.
people seem really surprised that he can really sing. Because of all the auto tunes that he's previously used in his music, but I think that was just his style. I never took it that he couldn't sing. But I mean, anybody that thinks he can't, you wrong. T-Pain can sing.
Yeah, T-Pain, he got that business. He definitely.
And one of my favorite episodes of Drink Champs is the T-Pain episode. One of my favorite episodes, aside from the Dallas Austin episode, obviously I've stated several times that's my favorite 85 South show. But next to that is the T-Pain episode. I mean, it was man, it's so funny. If y'all ain't checked that out, y'all head on over to the 85 South show and watch the first T-Pain episode.
Yeah, T-Pain again, man. He does not get the credit he deserves when it comes to being super creative. He does not get the credit, and when it comes to talent, because he's an awesome writer, um, awesome vocalist,
I think
and
he's probably a great performer as well.
man, what he can dance, he can dance, Bird. A lot of people don't know T-Pain can dance. He's one of them Florida boys, and in Florida they be juking, and T-Pain can juke. T-Pain just performed on one of these BET shows. I don't know if it was Hip Hop Awards, but they gave him like a you know when they give you an award like Achiever of the Year, Lifetime Award.
Right, lifetime achievement.
Yeah, they gave him something like that, but they let him end the show, and he done like a 20-minute melody of all the songs he's done or wrote. Man, one of the most entertaining
that was
I've ever seen. One of the most entertaining. So T-Pain is amazing. He is amazing. All right, man.
Before T-Pain, you have to think about who would have actually admitted they were in love with the stripper before then.
Even though they was in love with strippers.
Yeah, but he made it okay to say that. Shout out T-Pain, yeah.
Hey, and guess what? You know, T-Pain also one of the first artists talking about you know, number one, his fascination with strippers and taking strippers back home and his wife's channel.
Absolutely. And he made it okay to buy a bitch a drink.
Hey man, or get drunk with him. Because he had this song Drinking Partner.
Uh-huh.
You know, or lusting over the bartender.
You know his wife is an official mixologist, right? Like he used to do a podcast, and every guest that come on the show, they got their own signature drink that Pepe would mix up.
What's her name?
Pepe.
Pay.
That's what he called her. Yeah, Pepe. Drinks with Pepe. Or drinks by P. Like he got a whole recipe drink book out now. Pan. It's Pan, not Pepe. Pan. Drinks with Pan.
I like T-Pain, man. He's always seems to be happy.
Mm-hmm. There was a point in his life where he wasn't, you know, in buying the Bugatti and shit like that. There was a time after that he said he couldn't even buy his kids, a hamburger from Burger King, and he went through a deep state of depression. But luckily, he come up out that.
Yeah, man. I hate when artists artists that we know that are amazing, and then the music shifts and we don't support them anymore. And that's how I feel about T-Pain, because he's an amazing artist, but he dominated our airwaves for all those years. And now if he comes out with a song, radio station won't touch it. That's the one thing I don't like about the music business. It's too fatty, not fatty, faddy, because T-Pain was an amazing artist. He ran it for about 8 years, and then all of a sudden we stopped supporting his music like he fell off or something.
I think that had to do with a lot of controversy, and maybe I wouldn't call them rap beefs, but whatever. There was a time him and Jay-Z, wasn't on the best of terms, and shit like that. So, and taking into consideration too of what I think, he was a big Usher fan. I mean, big Usher fan before Usher come to him and made the statement that he had ruined music by the use of auto-tune. And I think those things really had an effect on T-Pain. And then there was the whole thing with what's his name? Who was in the Bugatti song with him? But he did the hook. What was his name? I know you know what I'm talking about.
Ace Hood or the Future.
Future. Because you know, in the video and shit, they used T-Pain's Bugatti, but they wanted to act like it was their Bugatti. And he corrected that narrative. And maybe it made him look a little bit petty or whatever. But I think a lot of that had to do with kind of the fall off of T-Pain. But I think he coming back strong. I really do.
Well, I love seeing him. Like, he is just a happy guy. T-Pain could come out with kids books, and I think they would do well.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, Bird, I want to ask you this before I get to the next topic. Do you eat raccoon?
Hell no.
Okay.
I hadn't even heard of that. I
made a post about raccoon. I didn't know if
I tried bear before. It's kind of like a greasy roast, but no, not no raccoon. They eat the trash and shit. I guess the bear do be too, but you know, no, I'm not trying to eat no raccoons. I don't want no squirrel. No, I'm good. I like chicken.
So, next, and look, this story I want to talk about. I think this guy is insane.
Are we talking about Blueface?
Yes. I think first of all, I think Blueface is insane, but I think Blueface is what the world looks like now when it comes to social media.
Absolutely.
Blueface is currently in jail right now as we speak. He's supposed to be doing 6 months, maybe. 6 months, maybe. Chances are he'll end up doing maybe 3 weeks. But Blueface, every day has been, for lack of a better term, blogging. Every day he's going live on the phone. He's just a social media king. He said jail is fun. He likes it here. And I'm saying, like, are you insane? Jail ain't fun. Stop telling these kids, making these kids think it's cool. Well, in his latest, we're gonna call it as the door slams. In his latest episode of As the Door Slams, now Blueface is denying being in protective custody. He's telling people he's not in protective custody. He wants the people to think or to know that he's amongst Gen Pop. First of all,
earlier this week, it was reported that the controversial rapper known as Blueface had been granted special permissions at the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Men's Central Jail, including that he had a cell to himself. He was allowed to spend several hours a week at educational classes, and he had access to a television.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
they said he was being held in administrative segregation away from the rest of the inmates due to the threat presented against them or the threat presented against the jail or other inmates and personnel. But like you said, Blueface is denying those claims. He denied those claims during a jail phone call audio, which surfaced on Tuesday online, in which the 27-year-old said, I repeat, I will never go into protective custody.
So this is the thing and how I feel about that. Do you think rappers, and I'm going to say rappers because only rappers do it. Do you think rappers do stuff like this to make themselves look tough?
Absolutely. I think, I think that's exactly what it is. I think you hit the nail on the head with that.
All right. Being someone that has being someone I have had the misfortune of being incarcerated before, right?
Absolutely. Likewise.
Wasn't nothing fun about it to me, Sheldon.
No, not me. And I always said that was kind of the dangerous thing about going to jail and being locked up. Either you realize, okay, this ain't a place I want to be. I'm not going to do nothing to come back. Or you're like Mr. Blueface here. And you say, oh, it ain't that bad. I'm going to wild out on these bitches when I get out. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want because jail ain't that bad. No, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't like nobody telling me when I eat, sleep, shit, and then you have to do that in front of everybody else anyway. Fuck that. No. And if I was a celebrity and had access to these special privileges, fuck you. Put me in PC with my TV. Let me do my time easily.
Yeah, I for me, and that's the one thing about hip hop that I hate.
Because too, they may be other inmates in there that don't like Blueface is gonna pick a fight, which it gonna cause his time and stay to be extended over some fuck shit, and they'll do that shit on purpose.
Yeah, you're right. And it will endanger his life as well as the people, because being in jail, they have responsibility of protecting you. And his behavior will jeopardize other people's lives. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because of his celebrity status, man, there's plenty of people in jail who wants to be known as the person that beat up Blueface or the person that
you can't, they said that Soldier Boy had threatened to have his rival, which is Blueface, send some booty bandits after him while he was incarcerated.
Actually, it's funny you say that because I heard Soldier Boy on the live say, "I hope you get R-worded."
Yeah, he said he was willing to pay 2 bands. Who needs commissary? I will pay you 2 bands to take this boy butt.
So
now I think he's now come out and apologized and tried to extend the olive branch, which was like, no, Blueface said, no, I'm still gonna fuck you up. I want to fight. So I don't know if Soldier Boy still has his offer on the table to the booty bandit, because he said, who needs some money on their books? You gonna get that booty hole touched, boy. So,
but now it's funny you say that because
I think that may be the reasoning in him denying being in protective custody. But because he want to come out and say, nah, I was out there with everybody, you ain't have me touched. And the whole time he couldn't be touched because he was in protective custody. I think that's why he lied about it, is because of what Soldier Boy said.
Man, my only thing is, man, too many eyes are on hip hop. Too many eyes are on people like Blueface and Soldier Boy. Man, y'all stop making this junk look cool to these kids. There is nothing sexy about jail. There's nothing cool about jail. Man, let's encourage these kids to stay the hell away. Blueface in there blogging and acting like he's on a field day. Ain't nothing cool about it, kids. Don't let these artists lie to you. And these artists are getting extra favors because of their status. So don't let them fool you. Just because Blueface is calling home every day and people are recording it, don't mean you're going to get an opportunity. Because if you're just a regular person,
it don't work like that.
Yeah, they're gonna forget your ass, partner.
That's it.
They out here slaying your old girl and not doing nothing for your mama. They ain't even going to your house taking out the trash for your mama. So y'all stop believing these rappers, man. Jail ain't cool. Jail ain't fun. And if you are a man, unless you just like waking up looking at men all day, every day, no, man. No.
It definitely ain't no place you want to be.
Ain't nothing cool about jail. All right, man, let's move on to some more pockets, man. Forget them scrubs, man. Forget them scrubs. Let's talk about some older people, man. It's only fun. You know how funner it is when we talk about older artists compared to younger artists. We talk about
absolutely. These new artists, it's all about a click and a view. Because they know if they go viral, that's easy money. Them just being on the internet talking some crazy shit. And that's why, like we've talked about with the Sexy Reds and the Charleston Whites, they always set themselves up to do some fuck shit, say some fuck shit to get that viral moment, because that brings us check.
Yes, sir.
They don't care how ratchet it is or what their grandkids are going to think about it in 20 years or nothing like that. All they just got their sights on that bag and an easy way to get it. So,
no doubt. All right, let's talk about this. This is something that makes me smile. I'm very happy about. Warren G. This DJ be Warren G. Mount up.
Regulator!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Warren G celebrates his debut's 30th anniversary by declaring June 7th Regulate G-Funk Era Day. For all those people who don't know, Regulator, the song that Warren G will be known for even after his life is over, was released June 7th, 1994. The song in June will be 30 years old. And Warren G took to Instagram. He said, y'all know what it is. Been 30 years of Regulate and Regulate the G-Funk era. With that being said, June 7th, 2024 will be documented as Regulate the G-Funk Era Day. So you know it's going to be a big party. Mount up.
Mount up, fool.
Shout out, man. That is one of the dopest records that will be around, Bird, when me and you are gone. That is a classic.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just one of those timeless,
yes,
like hip-hop songs. Like, I don't know even how to explain it, but it's definitely one of those songs.
Man, gotta say rest in peace to Nate Dogg.
Absolutely.
Sad to see he's not around to see it, but he's one of the greatest. You know, a lot of people don't know that Warren G is Dr. Dre's brother.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that either?
No, I didn't.
Yep, Warren G is Dr. Dre's
brother. They even look alike. They do kind of look alike. Okay.
Yeah. They I don't know if they have the same, they have the same father. They don't have the same mother. But yeah, they are blood brothers. And weirdly enough, Warren G has never appeared on a record with Dr. Dre. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
But Warren G is the reason that Snoop Dogg was introduced to Dr. Dre. Because Warren G, Snoop Dogg, and Nate Dogg used to have a group when they was out pushing demos called 213. And Warren G introduced Snoop Dogg to his brother Dr. Dre, and the rest is hip hop history.
Well, you know, Warren G had some disagreements with an important West Coast figurehead, that being Suge Knight, back in the day. So maybe, you know, that's why those records never were done. Because, you know, on the debut episode of Collect Call with Suge Knight, the former Death Row Records head honcho brought up the Drink Champs episode interview with which happened, I think, in late August last year, in which Warren G said he was going to try to bail Tupac out in jail in 1995, but he got beat to the punch.
Oh, I'm glad you brought it up, bro. I haven't listened to one episode. How many?
But see, Suge Knight states Warren G best stop line. You didn't fuck with Pac, and Pac didn't fuck with you. He said, on top of that, you couldn't take care of yourself. How were you going to get Pac out of prison?
Suge has spoken.
Suge has spoken.
How is that podcast, bro? Have you listened to quite a few episodes?
No, really. Honestly, I hadn't. I had actually forgot about it.
I didn't even listen to that one after we told people to listen to it.
I think if you are, you know, most people that love hip hop are, if you ask them, they top 3, they top 5, Tupac gonna be in there. And I think for most fans of Tupac, they don't give a fuck about what Suge Knight got to say.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Ain't nobody checking for no daggum Suge Knight. He's just a figurehead, notorious figurehead that will be, you know, he has his place in hip hop history, but you know, ain't nobody scared of him no more. He's just a passing story now. But I need to get around to check it out. I'm sure he said some cool things. All right, last thing, and most important thing. This just happened yesterday. YFN Lucci was just sentenced to 10 years in prison. He took a deal to where he got 10 years in prison for it's on a gang charge. Have you heard about
Well,
this?
they actually said what I read. It said because I was confused about that as well. It's actually a 20-year sentence, but that was 10 years prison and 10 years on paper.
Yeah, 10-year prison, 10-year probation. He pleaded guilty to violating Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. So to give y'all
originally there was a murder charge and a RICO charge that was actually dropped too yesterday when they made the plea.
Yes, the interesting thing about this, like Bird said, is 10 years served, 10 years on probation. So he's also getting 3 for 1. He's been locked up since 2021, and it appears that he might be home by summertime. Do you feel like this is justice?
I mean, considering he was only the driver, I mean, when it pertains to the murder, I guess, which was probably the biggest charge in which they had tacked on, which come after his arrest and was also connected to, you know, all the YSL RICO shit. But how long, when you say you've been in jail, how long you been in jail?
2021.
21, so that's 3 years.
He's coming home within the next 4 months.
Right. Without hearing the details of the case, no, I don't think that's justice for. But then again, like I said, they dropped the murder charge, the drive-by, you know, in which he was the driver, not the shooter. But I don't know. It's really conflicting for me to answer that question because it depends on the particular charges, the details in the charges in which he was arrested on, really. I don't know what kind of chaos really. I mean, you know, they could say gang activity that can vary to many things. You know what I'm saying? And I know boys out here that did 20 plus just on selling some crack type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say no. I don't think it's long enough, and I don't like to see nobody locked up for nothing. But
so, I do give him credit for. First of all, his lawyer is amazing.
Right.
His lawyer is fire. Because if you're a fan of Lucci, this is a major W. This is basically he basically did his time before he even went to trial. Like I said, now that he's been sentenced, he might do another 4 to 6 months. Maybe. He will, unless something happens, he will be home before 2024 ends. And I say he'll be home before summertime. He was listed as a witness on the Young Thug's RICO trial. He's now got it to a point where he don't have to testify in that. So when he comes home, he will be heralded as a street legend who stood 10 toes down.
Right, and I gotta respect that because you know they was people under Young Thug that was asking for permission to murk this guy.
Yeah.
I guess he could probably thank Young Thug for never giving that permission for him to be murked. But I think once Young Thug goes free as well, we may see. You think we'll see some kind of reconciliation between the two?
No.
No.
No. I think they'll now. I don't think we'll have beef anymore. I don't think they'll ever like each other. I don't see them ever doing a record. I think it'll be beef forever. But I think now if Thug makes it home, I think Thug will. I'm not even saying Thug gonna have a respect for him because if you by the street code, whether you hate your enemy or not, it's still a street code they uphold. So him not telling on Thug and not testifying against Thug, I don't think Thug look at it like, oh, that's honorable. Thug looks at it like that's the street code.
So, I think Thug look at it like, yeah, you best not. You best not. You made the right decision, sir. You made the right decision, sir.
You know, so
but even which this is kind of off subject to the Lucci case, but I'm really like I'm curious still to see who we will and won't see on that stand when it pertains to Young Thug, though.
yeah, it's heating up. But
And I think the less and I think the less we see, the better for Young Thug's case, the worse for the state. Because I think that they thought people be lining up to testify against this man because they brought charges on them all. But I'm kind of I have to salute so far the YSL gang and all the members that I've not seen on the stand. I hope we don't by the end of the trial, but
well, the one thing I'm gonna say is this. I think, and a lot of people who are keeping up the YSL, but they're not keeping up with everything else. I think Thug is coming home because I think once they start putting the emphasis on the DA, Fannie Willis, and all the stuff she's had going on and been rumored, even
oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that soon. We're gonna talk about that soon.
Yeah, so hey man, Fannie Willis seemed like she's just an educated thought.
And I wish that one of these people getting up there to testify would mention this just to bring some to break her credibility just a little bit.
Yeah, so we're gonna see, man. I think Thug's coming home though.
I think Thug coming home. And you know what? I'm so glad to hear you say that because I remember a time when he was first locked up and you were like, Bird, there is no free Thugger. So I'm glad in the continuation of the case and things we've said and heard that gives me more confidence in the fact that he is going to come home, which I've hoped and prayed the whole time that he will. But now that you're on that side too, that really makes a free Thugger.
Yeah, man. It's just, man, all this stuff is street politics. And now they're trying to put the legal system. It's like this, man. It's now once me and you talk about the stuff we're going to talk about soon, it is street code, it's street politics, but you can't use the law to uphold the vendetta, possibly. And I don't, so if you're going to play by the street code, play by the street code, but don't be bringing in the law trying to make it moral and justice when it might be vendetta field. So, I don't know, man, but it's a lot going on. It's what we see on TV and it's what they say in the streets, which is probably more true than what we see on TV.
Absolutely. I think it's a lot of the shit that we hear on TV is one-sided to make it look better for the prosecution or the laws or whatever. They ain't gonna make nothing look good for Thugger.
All right, before we get up out of here, Bird, let me give these people a spotlight artist of the episode.
Yeah.
All right. He goes by the name of Homeboy. All right. He goes by the name of Homeboy. Homebwoi. Homeboy. Homeboy, I gotta say, is one of the first artists I ever had the pleasure of managing. He's had a pretty dope career. He's collabed with DJ Khaled. He's collabed with Yin Yang Twins. He's collabed with Jeezy. He's collabed with a host of artists out there. Well, Homeboy just made his triumphant return to the music business by releasing a documentary which is available on Tubi called How to Tame an Elephant. And I really, really wish you guys would check that documentary out because me and Bird actually done a reaction to it, but it also features yours truly. Also, to accompany that documentary, he released what I consider to be one of the best albums of 2023. Talented artist, talented producer. Y'all, please go check Homeboy out. Follow him on the gram at The Real Homeboy. TheRealHomebWoi. And if you want to hear more from Homeboy, anytime you see Deion Sanders give an interview and he say, play my theme song, that's part of Homeboy's song too.
Yeah. Shout out Homeboy.
I'm out of breath. All right, bro, where can they find you at?
You can get me right here on YouTube, Boss Lady Bird. You can find me on the IG Bird420, and you can now get me on the Tiki Top Boss Lady Bird 85.
All right, Bird. Before I tell them where they can find me, I remember you said that you done like awards on your channel last year.
Absolutely.
Do you plan on doing them this year?
I have been working on. It's been a little postponed. I had hoped to had did it before the end of last year, but it is still in the works. You can catch Hellbilly as my blue carpet correspondent. Shout out to Cud. Of course, I'll have my my co-host Dumb Genius and Sissy Bird, and we're going to give some awards out to some of these content creators.
What are some of your categories?
Shit, I got a list in there. Like best music reactions is one.
Okay.
Best newcomer, best new, best, might have best gaming content, best musical content, best comedic content, things like that.
Okay,
we also do awards for our chat, like best moderator, best chat comments, things along those lines.
That's dope, Bird. You so
most
creative.
supportive in the chat,
That is so dope. You're so creative with that. All right. Y'all can find me everywhere on this world wide web at Ridin Durty Radio, RIDINDURTYRADIO. Make sure you sub up, follow, whatever you choose to do. All right. Now, remember, before we get about it, I want to let you guys know time is that one thing you can't get back. You can get money back. You can get your old lady or your old man back, but you cannot get time back. And if you chose to hang out with me and Boss Lady Bird in the Ridin Durty Radio Show, you gave us your time. And for that, we are forever grateful. So, till next episode, y'all. Peace.
We out.
Vic, your crazy cousin Hellbilly coming to you. Getting ready to grab me 2 beers and come watch the best show on the YouTube. That'd be Ridin Durty Radio with Big Vic and Boss Lady Bird. Much respect, y'all. Keep killing it in 2024.